So I'm going to tell a story now about a particular company. It's a very large company. It serves as an analogy, a metaphor for what we're going to be exploring. But this big company has been around for a very long time, but they are in a particularly tough situation at the moment. Their name is Techno Titan. They're in the enterprise development space. Techno Titan believe that they are titans, but they have just had the worst quarter in 15 years. Their revenue is down $2 billion year on year. I mean, that's huge. Their customer churn rate is up to 15%. Their employee turnover is at 25%, which there's no stability, and that's double the industry average. Their customer acquisition cost is up 78%. And when they turn to the headlines, Techno Titan, the end of an era, a giant's fall. And that is what they're facing. So what they do is they get their leadership together and they start brainstorming ideas. How do we respond to this? The first thing they do to make sure that there's a bit of cash flow is they cancel all training and they cut the marketing budget. And everybody in training and marketing always complains that that is the first thing that a company does when they're in trouble. And then the leadership book a really expensive retreat for the board so that they can sit there and contemplate and update their vision statement. And while that is a little cynical, it is actually a little bit true. The very first thing a company does, an organization does, is to reduce expenses, increase sales, and get their people to work harder. And if that doesn't work, then it's also very likely that the leadership will turn to blaming other situations for their problems. They can blame COVID, the economy, the next generation, politics, anything that detracts from the fact that it is their responsibility that something has gone wrong with the company and they've not been able to address it. What this leadership doesn't realize, because they haven't yet paid attention, is that all the stuff that they're seeing, all this data, is based on the system that they have created. They have systems in this company that is huge. It has branches in different parts of the world. It has a huge workforce. And obviously, there are systems in place to deal with a corporate of that scale. But the very heavily invested, deeply integrated systems that they have are their actual restrictions, are the handcuffs that are holding them and keeping them trapped. Everything that they're looking at, that they boast about, as you know, they've achieved all these wonderful things, but everything that they're boasting about is actually just a monument to their past success, and it's not setting them up for the future. And they also have a worldview based on their core beliefs that people have to work hard. Nothing comes easily. You have to work hard. The leadership, the founders, they worked hard. Success comes from scale. If they want to be successful, they have to get bigger and bigger and have more systems and more people and more branches and offices everywhere. They are heavily invested in relationships, and they believe that loyalty from their customer base is more important than providing new technology or updates. And they also believe that their tried and tested models, which got them here, which got them their success, they are to be trusted, and they're not willing to mess around with any of that. And many of their leadership see this particular situation as a temporary deviation because they've weathered storms before. That is why they are the Titans. But when the leadership sit down and they look at this in quiet moments by themselves, maybe they might be able to remember or understand or identify the myth that is at the heart of this business. They have been business school case studies for success. Their founders have been lauded. They are the guardians of their clients' needs. Modern concepts of failing fast are both morally wrong and strategically irresponsible, but their myth has become their prison. They cannot move away from this because this is how they defined themselves. So how do we understand this? How do we look at the situation that Techno Titan has gone through that has brought them to this very low, very dangerous, very, very uncomfortable space?